Good Monday afternoon, everybody. My name is Eli Robinson. I am the Chief Trivia Officer here at Water Cooler Trivia. What do we do here at Water Cooler? We take trivia and use it as a way to keep you connected to your groups, your companies, your organizations, your coworkers, your friends, your family, whatever it may be. We ask questions all over the internet, and then we come here every week and review the game. You can find us online at watercoolertrivia.com. We have a 4-week free trial. You can find me online at Chief Trivia Officer. Let's take a look at this week's game. It was called an April Addler. It was a mystery round that says, hey there, gumshoes. We could use your help again solving this week's mystery round. You'll need to answer questions 1 through 9 and then help us figure out how they're all connected in question 10. Happy hunting. So we've done mystery rounds before. They're a little bit of a series. We're kind of like branding them this way. The idea being that like we're going to use trivia to have a little bit more of a metagame and fun than otherwise meets the eye. So let's take a look at the stats. Absolutely love this week's stats. You've probably heard me before say that like having the most common score be 9 out of 10 is certainly something that we aim for. Also, if you've heard me say something before, we like usually 8 to be the second most common score. Having a perfect score is something that's like really difficult for us to toggle, but we ultimately want perfect scores to be celebrated. So in this case, just over 20% of our people got a perfect score, on average from 8 as 8.07, so a little bit easier than our standard game, and a median of 9. So 2 questions I'm going to talk about today. The first is, unless you're counting when CJ Craig takes the job in season 6 of The West Wing, what leading White House job, which recently transitioned from Ron Klain to Jeff Zients, has never been held by a woman? So sometimes when we write questions and include them in quizzes, we know that they're going to be hard. Writing difficult trivia questions is kind of part of what it means to create games that people want to be a part of. And when we write hard questions, sometimes we don't really know how hard they're actually going to be, right? We know that 100% of people aren't going to get them, but we just don't know where the cutoff is. So when we were talking about this question, we actually thought that the number of people who were going to get it right was more like 40 or 50%, while Ron Klain and Jeff Zients are well known in the government community. They're not so well known in the average world. And while The West Wing was a big show in the early aughts, it really hasn't been a big deal in a long time. And there's not really a way in this question to intuit what the answer would be. Yet, in a huge kudos to America and the world that we have, this question was answered correctly at 73%, which is so cool. So it was our attempt to stump y'all, and frankly, the group did a really, really, really good job on it. So way to go, everybody. And you should know that, maybe we don't give the trivia world enough credit for knowing things. So awesome to the entire group for getting that at 73% correct. And then let's, of course, talk about the mystery round. It says, help us solve the mystery. If you hunt around the quiz, you'll probably in questions 1 through 9 have what hidden item that's pretty popular this time of year? 70% correct. So in our previous mystery rounds, basically all questions 1 through 9, the answers all had something in common. And so getting the answers right was the mechanism by which you were able to understand what the mystery round was, which is awesome. We will almost certainly continue to use that. It's very, very fun, and I think a lot of people like it. We actually switched it up this time, and the connection in all of the questions, the connection between all the questions was actually located in the question. And based on the way that some people answered, this clearly frustrated people because they would have looked at all the answers and been like, what the hell do these things have in common? But I went ahead and pulled out the parts of the question that people actually would have needed to get. So here they all are. And I would hope that if you're looking at this here, you see that they all have the letters EGG next to each other. So this was our way of doing an Easter egg hunt. Easter was around, and Stella, one of our writers, came up with this concept, and it's really, really good. What's fun about this one is that you don't actually have to get all the answers to get it right. I've talked before that my dream is a combination of trivia and escape the room, so that trivia is a puzzle and something you have to get through and solve, and this one really, really lived up to that. Truly and honestly, one of the most amazing games and my favorite games that we've created. So 70% of people got it right, which is an amazing number because that means 3 out of 10 of you had the answers right in front of you and like weren't able to put it together, which is cool. We're not obviously out there to frustrate you, but I would imagine that offices would have had a nice, really fun time to see who ultimately could figure it out. Once again, my name is Eli Robinson. I am the Chief Trivia Officer here at Water Cooler Trivia. Next week, we're back with maybe cleaning? I don't know. We got something fun next week. Until then, keep on trivia.